Okay, well, welcome to those who haven't attended a class before. This is our third Systema class that we're going to go through, and this time we're going to incorporate Systema exercise on a stick. Okay, now for those who've not done Systema before, it's very important to incorporate breath work. Now, how we breathe in Systema is one of the four basic pillars of how Systema functions. Now, the breathing we incorporate is circular breathing from the diaphragm, breathing up through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. I'm just going to let one more person in. Okay, so holding your stick, just practice the breathing now. In through the nose, from the diaphragm going up, out through the mouth. And it should be like a wave-like motion, coming in from the diaphragm going up to the top of your lungs, going out through your mouth from the top of your lungs going out. Nice circular breathing. Relax the rest of your body, in through the nose, out through the mouth.
We just like literally don't know who's explaining something.
I'm just going to put everybody on mute. Just practice your breathing. In through the nose, from the diaphragm going up, out through the mouth. Okay, it's very important when we practice Systema as well to warm up. Okay, so what we're going to do, holding a stick out in front of you, just start to rotate your shoulders forward. Just movement from your shoulders. Okay, so you're not moving the stick, you're not rowing, just shoulders, trying to just engage with the shoulder movement, minimal movement of the stick. Hold the stick, not tight, just enough to stop it from falling down to the ground. So shoulder shrugs forwards, continuous, the circle breathing. Okay, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then backwards. Shoulder shrugs or shoulder circles going backwards. Just warming up the shoulder joints. Keep going. Circular motion backwards, incorporating your breathing, nice regular breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now incorporate your whole arm motion as though you're rowing backwards. Nice and relaxed. So just holding onto the stick as though you're rowing backwards. Now forwards, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, that's good. Okay, and stop there. What we're going to do now, as you're holding the stick, add a little bit of pressure as though you want to shorten the stick. So with your arms here, start to push in slightly and do the movement. Okay? So you're pushing in as though you want to shorten the stick. So forwards first. And you're adding that little bit of tension just at the point of where you're pushing the stick in. and backwards. Still visualizing and actually adding pressure as though you want to shorten the stick. Okay, keep going. Don't forget to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let me just make sure that nobody else is in the waiting room. No, we're all good. Nice, relaxed breathing. Okay, you were applying pressure inwards. Now I want you to visualize as though you're trying to stretch the stick. So the pressure's going outwards now, the same motion. So you're holding the stick, pressure outwards, start to row forwards first. Your shoulders shouldn't be any pressure. The actual pressure should just be at your hands. Breathe through any tension you feel in the rest of your body. And backwards. Just that pressure, as though you want to lengthen the stick, just like your fists. Okay, that's good. Everybody hold the stick nice and wide now. Okay, so we're going to start to move the stick around the body. Nice wide movements. In one direction. Now I'm going counterclockwise at the moment, incorporating my breathing and everything that I do. What we're doing now is improving our range of movement from the shoulders. So we're increasing our range of movement nice and fluidly. And then start to go the other way. So I'm going clockwise now. I was going counterclockwise before. Try and stretch the movement out as comfortably as possible. Nice and relaxed. That's good, keep going. Do as much as you comfortably can. That's good. Try to get your arms, Amir and Sam, and Andy as well, to go down your back, yeah? So the movement is from here, down, around. Some of you are doing this, yeah? Which isn't the full range of motion of your shoulders. So bring it down from the front, around, down, around. So you're getting a full range of motion. Use your breath work to work your body through it. So all the way down. Okay, that's good. Hold it there. So what we're going to do now is tension exercises, moving the stick. First of all, with one hand, start at the end of the stick and start to move the stick or your hand or the stick through your hand until you get to the other end, and then move the stick back. The stick should be directly in front of you to one end, then the other end. Overhand grip of the stick. Try to keep the stick in a nice parallel position. Don't allow it to dip down or don't lift it up. So nice, relaxed, with breath work, movements of the stick. Hold it for a little while on one side and then move it back through. That's good. Do as much as you can, as much as you're comfortable with. Nice and relaxed. That's good, Andy, well done. That's good, Dad, keep going, well done. Sam and Amir, keep going, that's nice. Change hands now. So if you did it with your right hand before, use your other hand now. The same thing, overhand grip to the end, feed it through. Arm directly in front of you. That's nice. Keep going, that's good. Okay, we're going to do the same thing now, but with an underhand grip. So you've got an underhand grip with the stick, you're feeding it through. Again, incorporating your breath work. That's good, keep going. Well done, Sam and Mia. Well done, Dad. Keep going, just do as much as you can. That's it, just feed the stick through. That's nice. Well done, Andy. That's good. Change hands. Okay, that's good. Keep going. That's nice. Okay, this time we're gonna do it a very similar way. However, we're going to be putting the stick up and putting the stick down. So from here, going up, and then slowly down. Try and keep the stick nice and vertical, so not leaning this way too much, not leaning this way too much. Control the movement of the stick, down and up. Try and keep your arm nice and straight in front of you, so not too bent. Keep it nice and straight. Once you're happy with one hand, change over to the other hand. Don't forget to breathe nice and relaxed. Okay, I'll stop there. What I'm going to do now is unmute you all, so then you can start to give me some feedback on the class so far. Okay? So starting with Andy, give me some feedback on your thoughts, feelings so far incorporating breath work in a very circular way.
It's really good. I find this sometimes that when I'm trying to concentrate on movement, forget about breathing.
Amia, can you keep quiet, please?
Sometimes I'm doing two things at once. Sometimes I forget about the breathing. So when I'm doing the movement, I find it. I sometimes forget about the breathing, but then I bring myself back to it. The other thing I found is I've got an injury to my right shoulder, so I can't rotate very well.
Okay.
When I the breathing, it kind of makes the pain a little bit less.
Yeah.
The movement, the pain while I'm moving is less if I'm focused on the breathing more.
Yeah. It's very important to focus on your breathing, to try to just connect with the muscles that you're using. Now, as you know yourself, being a Reiki master teacher, sometimes we go through life with lots of stress that stresses certain parts of our bodies. Sistema, very similar to Reiki, assists in the process of helping us to live our life more clean, live our life more healthy, de-stress and move how we were created to move. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now I relate positive movement to the movement a young baby starts to do. It's very free flowing, it's not stressed. When a young toddler goes down to pick something up, they bend their legs, their back's nice and straight, as opposed to adults doing this. Yeah? So the process of Systema assists us to dial back to that. Okay, so it's very interesting that the pain in your shoulder started to lessen a little bit in regards to concentrating on your breath work. So that's good.
Normally, it's all I think about. Whenever I'm training, all I think about is the pain in my shoulder. It's been like since December. But giving me something else to think about when I'm training helps to take my mind off the pain in my shoulder.
Definitely.
The worse I make it.
That's good.
I know that makes sense, but the more focused on my shoulder, I think the worse it makes it. If I'm not thinking about it and just doing it, and focusing on something else, I think it does help.
Fantastic. Okay, so Dad?
Yeah, very good. You know, my problems with my hands at the moment and everything else, but as Andy says, if you get your breathing right and you relax, then it does help. So I could keep going as long as I could, further than I thought actually, with breathing, considering the pain in my hands and what have you. But yeah, very good.
Well, these are very good, simple exercises that you can do with things that are naturally around you. Sam and Amir, they're using brush handles. And it's amazing how simple movement like this is actually strengthening your structure. Yeah? Incorporating breath work in a continuous way helps to reduce the lactic acid buildup as well. Sam, Amir?
Yeah, it was good. I prefer doing this kind of Systema standing up, as you know. But like everybody else, I was quite tense at first, especially in my neck and my shoulder area. But as I settled in and my breathing changed, I found that tension got less. So yeah, good.
Okay.
Amazing, enjoying it, aren't you?
Mia?
It's really good. I like it.
Yeah, well, this is things that you can do every day, mate, with adult, you know? Okay, and this is the whole process of this, not just doing it on a Saturday, but doing it every single day with using a Saturday as a guide, okay? Now, I don't think Dimitri's coming today or Big Nick, they must be busy. Let me just check nobody else is in the waiting room. Okay, what we're going to focus on now is movement, and we're going to use a stick to actually assist our movement, okay? So I want you to hold the stick as though you're holding the sword, okay? So out the front, okay? As though you're holding the swords for a presentation, a military parade, okay? So you're holding the stick like this. Now, slowly start to tilt the stick forwards until you feel that your body actually wants to start to move with the stick. Okay, so don't start moving your body until you feel that forward motion, almost like a pull. Okay, so you start off holding the stick, and you start to allow the stick to tilt forwards. You're not actually moving the stick forward. You're just releasing the pressure and allowing the stick to move forward until you start to feel the pull and then start to move. Okay? Nice and relaxed. So we're doing this stood up for now. So you're stood, allowing the stick to tip forwards until you start to feel a pull as though you're being drawn forwards because of the imbalance, and you start to move. As though you're being guided by the stick. So you're not just walking around with the stick's actually visually pulling you forwards. All of your body's nice and relaxed, you're just allowing the stick to pull you forwards. So just allow the stick to pull you forwards. That's nice. That's good. You're keeping your elbow tucked into your side. So it's like you're on parade. Allow the stick to tilt forward. As soon as you feel the motion, allow the stick to take you forwards. Your elbow tucked into your side, nice and relaxed. The rest of your body should be nice and relaxed. It's kind of creating an environment of lazy movement where you're not overstressing your muscles. Okay, so it's a nice tilt forwards and start to move. Nice free-flowing forward movement, not holding back. Okay, now you've got the concept. I want you to lie down, yeah? Lie down on the ground with the stick uppermost, yeah? And I want you to incorporate the same principle of just allowing the stick to go forwards, and as soon as you feel the pull, you start to come up, yeah? And then go back down again. Don't move until you feel the slight pull from the stick. So you lay down, nice open space, stick's pointing uppermost, allow it to slowly tilt forwards. As soon as you feel the pull, come up, yeah? And because you're reacting to the movement and pull of the stick, you find it a lot easier to sit up, okay? It's almost like creating a lazy press up, okay? So everybody try that. Just tilt the stick forwards towards your feet until you feel the pull and sit up. Okay, that's good, guys. That's good. Keep going. Don't forget to incorporate your circular breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and relaxed, continuous breathing. Okay, that's good. Everybody stand up. What we're actually creating using a stick as a tool is using a movement to start a longer movement. It could be moving your finger first to then start a forward motion. It could be using your nose to start a sit-up leading to a stand. So the next drill we're going to go through, again using the stick, is taking that forwards, not just sitting up, but using the motion of the stick pulling us forwards to actually come up to a standing position. Let me just quickly demonstrate. So we're getting in a nice open space. Lie down. Center the stick. Allow the stick to fall forward and come straight up. In one nice fluid movement, not using your hands, just using the forward motion of the stick to kind of pull you up. Okay? So practice that, Amir and Sam. Dad, what I'd like you to do is just do it standing up. Okay? So just allow your stick to go forwards and then start to move. Okay, Dad? So allow the stick as though the stick is actually pulling you up. You'll feel that it's a lot easier to stand up in one fluid motion, as though you're being actually pulled up by some invisible force. That's nice. Try it in both hands, guys. Don't just practice with one hand. In both hands, allowing the stick to float, to slowly tilt forwards, as though it's pulling you up. And it's just one fluid motion. Lying down, allowing the stick to tilt forward, allowing the stick to pull you up. Okay, that's nice. Keep going. Well done. Nice. That's good. Okay, and stop there. What we're actually implying is a small movement, like a hand gesture, yeah, causing a ripple effect and actually making it easy for you, for your body to move. So everybody place their sticks down, yeah, and just look in. So when you're on the floor and you do a conventional sit-up, you sort of have your hands here or your hands here, and to engage your stomach muscles and you sit up, and straight away you can feel tension in your stomach muscles, okay? But what about if you started with a leg movement? So when you're sitting up, a leg movement first, which makes it easier for you, for you to actually sit up and you don't feel the tension as much in your stomach muscles. It could be an arm movement. So you start the movement of sitting up with your arms first. Okay? You can apply that to moving to one side. So instead of trying to throw your body over, you start off with an arm movement. And you feel that your movement's a lot more fluid, yeah? So every larger movement, you start off with a smaller movement first, okay? It could be your legs. It could be your arms, yeah? And what you feel is not so much tension in your stomach, allowing you the ability of more free-flowing movement, okay? So what I'd like you to do, if you've got space, sticks down, and then start a large movement, like a sit-up, a stand-up, a roll to the left or roll to the right, with a small movement first, okay? Thumbs up. Everybody happy? Let's go. So the same in the chair, Dad. Start your standing up motion with your hands first. Yeah? So not like a zombie. If you have your chair, yeah, if you just look in, Dad, you've got your chair, and instead of engaging your stomach muscles to sit up, just use your arm first. Yeah? But not like this. Okay? You could be turning direction to walk to your right, and then straight away you find it easier to stand up from a chair. So every movement that you're doing starts with a small movement. Now that could be a finger, your nose in sitting up, your legs. This is easily applicable to an office space environment as well. So instead of engaging your big muscles first, engage your small muscles. It allows for more free-flowing movement, allows for ease of motion, less tense motion. So when you're sitting down, Sam, try to make a movement to the right or left. So you sat down in your chair. So instead of sitting straight up and walking forwards, think about an arm movement to walk to one side. Same to the left. Roll to the left, roll to the right. Everything starting with a small movement. So the same thing when you sat down, Dad. Don't use your arms to sit down. Just take a step back, sit down. That's it, good. Nice and relaxed. Stand up, go to the left, That's nice. Incorporate your breathing into everything you do. So as you're moving around, what I want you to do now, when you're moving with a slow movement first, I want you to do 2 movements breathing out, 2 movements breathing in. So a nice breath out for 2 movements, a nice breath in for 2 movements. Okay? So continuous moving, breathe in as you're doing 2 movements, nice relaxed breath in, breathe out for 2 movements, nice relaxed breath out. And just keep going, nice and fluid. Breathe in for 2, for the count of 2, 2 movements. Breathe out as you're doing 2 movements. So you're trying to incorporate 2 movements as you're breathing in, 2 movements as you're breathing out. That's good. Okay, what I want you to do now is increase your breathing to incorporate 3 movements. Okay, so as you're breathing in, you're doing 3 movements. Now, in the case of people doing it on a chair, just grab a chair. The 3 movements are in either inward or outward breath. Could be nice and relaxed. So you're going out on an inward breath, coming in on an outward breath. People like me and Andy, you're controlling your breathing. Okay, it's continuous breathing in and out, but try and incorporate 3 movements within the inward breath, 3 movements in the outward breath. Okay? Okay, and stop there. Everybody come close. Okay. Before we have the final debrief on the class, I'm going to take the relaxation at the end of the class a stage further from last week, yeah? And incorporate tension and relaxation. Now, my dad touched on it a little bit last week at the end of the class in regards to, on an inward breath, creating slow tension in the body, starting from your arms, up your shoulders, into your face, down your chest, down into your stomach area, down your legs, on an inward breath. So a slow inward breath, creating complete tension in your body. On the outward breath, slowly release that tension, starting with your feet, moving up your body, into your face, down your arms, okay? And visualizing that you're actually internally massaging yourself with your tension, relaxation, and breath work, okay? So just lie on your backs. On the inward breath, create tension in your body. On the outward breath, relax your whole body, okay? So you lie on your back, eyes open, eyes closed, as you wish. Center your breathing and start to tense up, starting from your fingertips, up your arms, shoulders, chest, stomach, legs, face, down to your feet, on the inward breath. And when you breathe out, when you breathe in, tense your whole body up.
When you breathe in, the tension in your body, so hold your body tight. And then breathe out.
So keep going on the inward breath, tension, on the outward breath, relaxation. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Just visualize on a tension wave coming in. When you relax, all of that tension leaving your body. And using your breath work to actually re-energize your body so you don't feel stiff at the end of the workout. Nice and relaxed. We'll spend a couple of minutes doing this. On the inward breath, create tension. On the outward breath, relaxation throughout your whole body, like a ripple of tension going through your body, a ripple of relaxation going through your body. Okay, and stop there. Everybody everybody come close and we'll have a brief discussion about today's class. I'll just unmute everybody. Okay, so starting with my dad this time. Thoughts and feelings about the class?
Good, yes, very good. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, it got me moving a bit, even though I couldn't do everything you were doing, but it got me moving a bit, and it surprised me how much concentrating on breathing and movement, even only a little bit, like getting up off a seat, is much easier using your breathing and small movement to kind of lead it. And kind of when they had the stick and tilting it, you kind of felt a pull forward. And that was the point where you should move and do it, change, you know, in both hands, one after the other, and continue your breathing as you do it and extend it. Yeah, very good. Well done.
Yeah, the importance is allowing your body to feel things as opposed to thinking it. The whole process of Systema is dynamic instinctive reaction. Now, because it's dynamic, because it's instinctive, it's a feeling of what somebody's doing, a feeling of your environment, a feeling internally about what your body is trying to tell you. Now, if you look at other people when they sit down, they're always holding their breath or wincing or wheezing when they're sitting down, standing up, changing direction, bending down for something. And obviously that's causing them a lot of harm. But when you start to become more mindful about how you breathe, about how you move, then you start to figure out, to find out, to feel that it's a lot easier to move. And you're not becoming so stressed. You're not becoming so susceptible to injury. And that's the most important factor about Systema. It is a martial art, but it's a lot more than a martial art, at least to me, because it's a very helpful practice in regards to guiding your life in the right way of movement to limit the amount of injury that you're going to face. And as Vladimir's told me and Vladimir's told you, obviously, Dad, it's very important to keep adapting your Systema. Just because you may be injured, you may be tired, you may be getting a little bit older, it doesn't mean you still can't practice some of the actual Systema principles. Okay, and that's very important for yourself as well, Andy, in regards to your shoulder.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Dad. Andy?
Okay, so I really enjoyed that, Steve. Thank you. It's as I was doing it, I was realizing how some of the things that we were doing, I tend to do naturally anyway, without thinking about it. Like using a small movement of your arm or your leg to change your direction, or whatever. It's something that I kind of do naturally anyway. But the formal understanding of it is fantastic, and I can see the benefits of this, not just in general life, but also in self-defense teaching. How the subtle changes that you have with your breathing, with your motion, can make it much more instinctive, much faster with your movements. It seems to flow, and the more it's doing a slower movement, the more you can work out how your body wants to move. And if you can incorporate that into the self-defense system, where your body kind of guides you, rather than kind of fight your body's movement, you can use your body's movement as a flow. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Because it's about natural movement and not being forced to do something you don't want to do. What I found in regards to more conventional martial arts, and I'm sure you found yourself, no matter how long you've practiced, if you go into a fight situation, you always revert back mechanically to the last technique you did on the mat. Yeah. Now, generally, a technique is designed for one specific idea, one specific instance against one specific opponent. Yeah. It doesn't work for everything. Okay. So, in regards to a self-defense practice, technique-based self-defense only works some of the time, whereas Systema, practicing dynamic movements, fluid, relaxed into the attack, allowing the movement of the opponent to dictate where you're moving, allowing their energy to increase your energy, yeah, is more free-flowing and more real to life, okay? Because you're not trying to dial back, you're not trying to think, you're more feeling what they're doing and reacting to it instinctively. Say again, sorry?
The best way my guard falls down is because you learn specific techniques against a specific attack, but people don't attack in the same way.
Exactly.
And then you revert into a conditioned response. That conditioned response doesn't work in many situations. And what you're describing is superb, because you're allowing yourself to flow instinctively and to react to a person's movements in a way that seems is more natural. I just think that's fantastic, Steve.
Yeah, it's also about not just in an aggressive situation, but say a conflict management situation where aggressively what somebody said to you has started to give a reaction, using your breath work to actually relax you so you react in a different way and more proactive as opposed to negative way. Yeah, so breath work, incorporating it into your whole life, your movement, the way you structure your body, the way you react to things is very, very, very important, because how people perceive us is how they react to us. Yeah, and you see that all the time when you see grumpy people, and with a smile you say good morning, and their face suddenly lights up. Yeah, obviously some people don't, and they're the kind of people that you want to stay away from because they're very negative regardless of what you do. But generally, a good morning with a smile and a passionate, non-threatening body stance changes a person's dynamics. Yeah, the same in conflict management. The actual martial arts aspect of Systema is only part of it. Yeah, a very small part of it, because we should be incorporating the basic core principles of Systema into our whole life anyway, to help us to de-stress. It's the very same as Reiki. That's why I'm very interested in both aspects in regards to the breath work and health practices of Systema, and the obviously energy transference, practices of Reiki. I think they complement each other very, very well. Sam and Amir.
Hi, yeah, really enjoyed it again today. For me, it's not about the martial arts side of it, as you know. It's more about the relaxation part, and I was quite amazed at how relaxed my body felt when using that small movement to move. So like you're letting kind of like letting the natural pull. So you're shifting your centre of gravity and letting the natural pull move your body, which I thought was quite interesting. And also from the point of view in the relaxation at the end, where we were tensing in our inward breath and relaxing in our outward breath. And I think that's quite good, because if you feel tense throughout your day, with muscle memory and everything else, then if you practice that quite frequently, then your muscles will automatically know the minute you breathe out, then you're going into a relaxed state.
Yeah, it's very important. I like to use that specific technique at night before I start my self-healing, to actually brain dump, so then I can focus on Reiki. So when I'm laying in bed, I use my breath work to calm and focus my body onto my breath work before I start Reiki. And I find that very, very good. Then I start to, in the morning, I use burst breathing to actually warm myself up. Okay, so that's how I incorporate it, and it helps me. That tension breathing in, relaxation breathing out helps me to get all of the noise that I've accumulated in my brain out of my brain before I go to sleep and before I practice Reiki. And I find that very good. Amir?
It was really good, especially when we did the sit-up with the pull. It really helped me when I did.
You found it easy?
Yeah, it makes it easier, doesn't it? It's like a lazy sit-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can incorporate that into press-ups and everything. A squat, a forward movement where you're actually engaging your toe first before you do a forward movement. It's fascinating how easy movement becomes when you become more mindful about the small movement first, creating a ripple effect through your body, which is one of the core precepts. Okay, guys, well, thank you very much for zooming in. It's been another good session. We've run over time a little bit, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll see Andy again next week where we'll focus on something else. And hopefully Dimitri next week and a few of the other guys. Okay, thank you, Sam and Amir, for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Jiu-Jitsu. Hopefully with Leo and obviously Dad for Jiu-Jitsu. Take care of yourself, Andy, and say hello to Dawn for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
okay.
Contact
you. I'll speak to you a little bit later, Dad, about your iPad. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll probably
see you later.
Sam later as well. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Take care, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
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 So I'll contact you, Andy, and have a Zoom probably.
Let me know what time's good for you. And then we'll start a Zoom meeting.
Yeah. We'll have a chat about Systema and everything.
I'll sort it out for you.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Andy.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.